My history with baseball is not very long. I played for several years when I was in elementary school, but was never very good. I was happy to spend time with my friends in the dugout and had fun being coached by my dad, but a few too many times getting hit made me far too timid at the plate, so I stopped. Beyond that, I've gone to a few games and watched some deep dive videos on some MLB stories, shout out John Boys and the history of the Seattle Mariners. So when I say that Eephus, the debut feature from director Carson Lund, gave me a newfound love for the sport, that should tell you what a magical little film it is. Eephus is a sneakily profound comedy about the final game that will be played on a small-town baseball field in New England before a school is built on top of it. On a beautiful October Sunday, two local teams, the River Dogs and Adler's Paint, meet for one last time. Though the game starts in the morning, it will stretch into the cold, dark hours of the night, as the men try to finish what they've started and give their field the send-off it deserves. Eephus is a hangout film, much like baseball is a hangout sport. And with that hangout comes plenty of humor, as these ragtag teams, filled with young, old, fast, slow, fit, fat, drunk, sober, and all-around baseball-obsessed men, come together one final time. They poke fun at teammates and opposing players alike, the River Dogs uniting at one point to yell out various foods as an Adler's Paint player, known to be dieting, is struggling at the plate. The outfielders deal with the boredom of the position in various ways, one of the men singing little songs to himself and wearing his glove as a hat. And in the dugout, the men consider what they'll do after all of this, whether that be hitting up a local bar for Sunday deals, or maybe even finally reading a book. All the while, the dugout radio adds additional humor as we hear from local businesses, like a local steakhouse owner who proclaims, "For 20 years, my family told me I make awesome steaks." Cool, man. Outside the fence, the onlookers add further comedy. There is a random boxer inexplicably practicing past the outfield, two skater bros perplexed by the rules of the game, a sweet old man who doesn't see the need for a new school when kids could just be selling hot dogs. There will always be hot dogs. And an obsessive statistician, diligently tracking the flow of the game and mumbling baseball quotes to himself. One of the players has even brought his children to see the old man play one last time. The son tells his sister,
"I went to one of my friend Edward's games. These guys aren't much better than them."
I haven't mentioned a main character this story is told through because Eephus doesn't trouble itself with such notions. No matter how subpar the action on the field may be, everyone is integral to this game. Whether that be the self-proclaimed team captains, the drunk pitcher, the rotund outfielder that can barely move around, the talented young men worthy of college scouting, the backup that never gets to play, or the kind statistician that loves the game too much to stay away, everyone is valued. It is perhaps why many of them seem so disturbed by the end of this pastime. Being a main character can be lonely and frightening. You have to prove your worth. Considering a life without this game, without these teams that gave their lives meaning, takes on existential stakes. One player even has a hilarious moment of clarity in the style of a Vietnam flashback thinking about it. Each of these oddballs has existed on this field as a valuable member of a team, a small part of a whole. Outside these fences, will they find value? One of the catchers, when talking to his pitcher near the end of the game, says that he may never catch again. The pitcher responds,
"Don't say that, man. You need to get back out there. Make the next pitcher feel safe. Make the world a better place."
I guess I do feel like your protector. That's nice.
But on Soldiers Field, as the leaves change around them on this brilliant autumn day, it seems time has stopped for a brief moment, or at least become confused. It is hard to place when Eephus is set. All the men drive older cars, there are no cell phones in sight, and they remark on how there is an old baseball game from 1972 playing on the radio. But that same radio plays music from various eras, including a modern rap song performed by a relatively unknown MC named Pleasure Pete. And the game itself. The players somehow manage to stretch 9 innings through the morning and late into the night, far past the point where they can even see anymore. People seem to drift in and out from the field, like it is an island in the middle of some mysterious ether. Like the field exists outside space and time. The title Eephus refers to a pitch that is an odd curveball, purposely designed to mess with the batter's timing. Backup pitcher Merritt Nettles, played by co-writer Nate Fisher, describes it as a pitch that seems to stop in midair.
You can tell when it's an Eephus. It stays in the air forever. You get bored watching it. I get bored. And the hitter does, so he tries to swing at it like normal. But it's already past him, or it waits till he's done swinging. The Eephus makes him lose track of time. It's pretty mean that way.
Backup Cooper Bassett responds, "I like that. It's kind of like baseball. I'm looking around waiting for something to happen, and poof, game's over." There is a ticking clock on the field itself. And for many of these men, this will spell an end to their time playing this game. But in this final game, in this last hurrah, the clock becomes confused. In one long day that stretches into the darkness of the night, when their breath reaches out in front of them like phantoms longing to cling to this sacred space, these sad bunch of misfits found a portal into a timeless zone. In their final at-bat upon this field that offered them camaraderie, valued them, and gave them so many memories, the great game of baseball allowed them to touch eternity. I'm giving Eephus 5 out of 5 stars. It is now available on VOD.